If you're trying to decide between a condo or a house in Marin County right now, December is one of those months that can quietly mess up your assumptions. Condos and townhomes don't move in lockstep with single-family homes, and this time of year makes that difference even harder to spot if you're just skimming the headlines or starting at one chart in isolation. Today, we're going to walk through what December looked like for Marin condos and townhomes, why this segment deserves its own analysis, and what buyers and sellers need to understand heading into early 2026. So let's get to it. Big picture context, condos versus houses. Before we jump into condo charts, quick context. Single-family homes in Marin have been dealing with whale sales, distorted averages, and sellers still reaching for prices the market won't consistently support. Condos and townhomes can still span a wide price range, but those higher price sales in this category are far less frequent. That means while these numbers can move a bit, they're not being pushed around the way single-family home stats are. So when the prices shift here, they're usually telling you something real. And December definitely told us something. And by the way, I'm Carrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor, 30-year Marin local, and the person who helps you buy or sell here with your sanity and bank account intact. My information is in the link below if you need some backup. And if you want my free newsletter that shows exactly which homes closed in Marin and how much they sold above or below list, and whether or not the whale sales existed to push around the averages, that's also in the description. That's data no one else is handing out. Okay. On to the December condo and townhome charts. Okay, and the inventory, big drop from November, December, not too unusual. You could see the same kind of thing here, although it wasn't as dramatic last year. So this time, for sale homes dropped up almost 50% compared to last year. It is over 70%, 17% more than last year. And then when you look at the dark green bars here, which are the homes that actually sold, 17% more sold than November, which is pretty interesting. As far as this time last year, though, still less, which is 5% less overall. And when you look at the quarterly numbers, will provide a little bit more relevancy statistically, 4% more sold. And here is days on market, which you can see took a big jump from November to December, from 49 days to 70 days. So it means that sellers are having a harder time selling their places, something I'm definitely seeing in real time, live, boots on the ground kind of thing. But it is also usually kind of a standard thing. Although last year, that's weird. Last year, that number actually went down. So there's that. Anyway, this year represented days on the market went up almost 43% compared to this time last year. They are up almost 35% over last year. And when you smooth out the numbers with full quarterly numbers compared from this quarter compared to last year at this time, full quarter, down 9% or a little more than 9%. So again, that's kind of an interesting number too. Not really what I would have expected with these two massive ones up. Okay, so this other line here, single sales price over original list price, that hasn't moved much. And you can see from these numbers down here, it doesn't really move much in this condo and townhouse market at any given time. And it's fairly flat, so we're not gonna spend any time on it. All right, and now we are into prices. Now, these are condominiums. They don't get pushed around the numbers as much as single-family homes do, because single-family homes have those whales, which are basically homes that sold for over 6.2 million, just really skews everything up. But of course, these numbers now don't include those whales because they're just condos and townhouses. That's not to say that there couldn't be some push in this area, because it is true that, you can get a condo in Marin for $500,000, and there's other ones that, potentially could cost you $3 or $4 million, like condominiums that do exist along the coastline there Coastline Bay in Tiburon. But for the most part, average numbers and median numbers are going to be more reliable, both those metrics, than they are for single family homes, except for one thing, and that is how do I say this? So much fewer, that doesn't sound right, right? A lot less homes sell when condos and townhouses than single family homes in Marin. And single family homes are already not really statistically significant. That's why I like the quarterly number so much better, although even that's not statistically significant. That is if your standard is 1,000 is statistically significant. Even 3 months in Marin of single family homes is not anywhere near that number. And townhouses and condos is just worse. So as far as that goes, being statistically relevant. But let's go ahead and look at these. I mean, we're gonna get some hints on what's going on in any case. So what we have here is the median dropped from the $735 to $625. So the median price is a 15% decrease. And you can see that decrease was also here alive and well last year at this time. That is, this year was down more than 10% more than last year. And the quarterly number actually shows up 4%. So that's the smoother. So that's interesting. And the active sale price, I don't really pay much attention to that. That is the green line in here. It's always just all over the place. It's just what sellers are asking for those condominiums. And then the average sold price shows down almost 27% month over month compared to last year, down almost 22% more than it was this month last year. And the quarterly smoother, down 6%. So overall, a weaker market. This is very different, by the way, than the single family market in that the for sale prices actually decreased. And in the single family market, they went way up. Now, okay, it could be that there's some massive whales in there too, so if a lot more homes went on the market that are above 6.2 million, that would drag up even this number. But those don't exist at all in this condo townhouse section. And that shows what you would think, that sellers would recognize that it's harder to sell a home now. And so maybe you shouldn't be pricing so aggressively. And our last little bit of evidence here, we see that for average price per square foot decreased from 671, wow, kind of hard to see the green, right? From 671 down to 541, that's a decrease of over 19% on the price per square foot. So people got more for their money overall. That's also 14% lower than last year. So people this year got more for their money than last year. And when you smooth it out by the quarter though, it's only a decrease of 0.3%. So maybe this number doesn't mean that much after all. What this means if you're buying or selling. December tells us 3 very clear things about the Marin condo and townhome market. First, this segment is weaker than single family homes right now. Prices adjusted faster and sellers showed more realism. Second, buyers quietly gained leverage. More inventory than last year, longer sell times, and softer pricing created better negotiation conditions. Third, this market rewards decisiveness. Well-priced, clean units still sold, even in December. Overpriced ones sat. If you're deciding between a condo or a house in Marin, this split behavior is exactly why strategy matters more than headlines. If you're checking out condos or townhomes for sale in Marin or debating whether it's time to sell, there should be some helpful video recommendations popping up above me right now. And don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss my no fluff Marin County real estate updates. I hope you're off to a great start to your new year. Thank you for watching and have a great day. And I'm not sure if you heard my little dog barking in my video right now, but if you did, here he is.